So you want to main VIEGO? Well, do you like punk rock music? Do you feel misunderstood, edgy perhaps? Are you a hopeless romantic? Or do you have unresolved relationship trauma? Well, VIEGO, the Ruined King, is for you. Long ago, in a kingdom far, far away, across the sea, a place so forgotten that even the name has vanished, there lived a young man named VIEGO. He wasn't supposed to be king. He was the second son, born to live the easy life. Silk sheets, wine, zero responsibilities. But fate, being the chaotic little gremlin it is, had other plans. His older brother died unexpectedly. And just like that, boom, the kingdom was tossed into the hands of a guy whose biggest political move until then was picking out the curtain colors. As expected, VIEGO was a disaster of a ruler. Lazy, uninterested, more in love with his reflection. He was basically Prince Charming from Shrek. But everything changed when he met her, Isol, a poor seamstress. No royal blood or grand titles. Just beautiful, warm, and a really bad case of being at the wrong place at the wrong time. 100% no foreshadowing here. I'd imagine his favorite song was The Afterlife of the Party by Fall Out Boy, which, if you know the song, this reference makes so much more sense. VIEGO fell hard. So hard, in fact, that within days he married her. It was like a fairy tale. See that Prince Charming reference coming in pretty clutch. VIEGO stopped caring about the kingdom. He ignored councils, wars, famines, because as long as Isol smiled, the world could burn. Unfortunately, it kinda did. His advisors, furious. His enemies, even more excited. While VIEGO was busy playing dress up with his wife, assassins were sharpening their blades. And then it happened. A dagger meant for the king missed and struck Isol. VIEGO unraveled. Desperate doesn't even begin to describe it. He spent everything: gold, relics, sacred artifacts, political favors. He became obsessed with saving her. But no matter what he did, Isol slipped away. And when she died, so did the man he used to be. This one great kingdom crumbled, but he didn't care. All that mattered was finding a way to bring her back. Then he heard the whispers. A land of healing, the Blessed Isles, a mythical place where the water said to cure any ailments. So what did VIEGO do? He invaded. He slaughtered his way through a peaceful people, crushed anyone who dared defend their sacred ground, until finally he reached the waters of life. And then, and into them, he placed Isol. For a moment, it worked. She awoke, but not as the woman he loved. She was screaming, tormented wrath, ripped from death, confused and furious. Her first act? To grab VIEGO's own enchanted blade and plunge it into his heart. The magic of the water, the cursed sword, and VIEGO's obsession collided, unleashing a catastrophic explosion of undead magic. The Black Mist was born. The islands were shattered. Souls were twisted into eternal suffering. And VIEGO, dead. At least for a while. Until one day, he rose again. But he didn't remember what happened. All he knew that Isol was gone, and the world still owed him her return. Now, VIEGO walks again, twisted by the same desperate love that doomed him, pouring the black mist from his heart like a broken faucet of death. In-game, VIEGO is classified as an assassin, which is ironic since an assassin started this entire journey. His entire kit revolves around killing an enemy and jumping from body to body to heal and kill everybody. This will be explained a bit more in his kit. So VIEGO's passive, I'm your doppelganger. VIEGO possesses an enemy that he helps kill, heals for a portion of their max health. During the possession, he gets the target's abilities, items, and non-ultimate abilities. This is one of the most stressful passives, not only for the enemy team, but also for you. This passive mainly revolves around your knowledge of all champions in the game. Granted, yes, you can possess somebody and immediately jump out, but that's besides the point. VIEGO's Q, Blade of the Edgy King. VIEGO stabs forward with his blade. He deals a percentage of the target's current HP as bonus on-hit damage. If he attacks a marked target, his attack will strike 2 times. The second strike siphons HP from the target instead of dealing regular damage, but also applies on-hit effects and can critically strike. This passive is maintained during possessions. This ability hits deceptively hard, and the range is decently long, so make sure you always use your stabby stab before attacking. Viego's W, Project Insecurities. Viego charges up and then dashes forward, hurling a blast of mist that stuns and damages the first enemy hit. Stun duration and mist range increases with charge time. This skill also marks enemies for the double attack, so make sure to pair this move with your Q. Obviously not at the same time. Viego's E, Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Viego spreads a wave of black mist around a nearby wall. While in the mist, Viego becomes camouflaged and gains attack speed and movement speed. Finally, Viego's R, Heartbreaker. Nope, no nicknames this time. The name fits his entire vibe. Viego discards any body he is currently possessing and teleports forward, attacking the enemy champion in range with the lowest percent health and dealing bonus damage based on their missing HP. Other enemies in range are knocked away. So for max skill order, it's pretty straightforward. You want to max your Q first, then your E, then W. Your Q is pretty obvious, but you also want the extra bonus attack damage and movement speed by ranking up your W. So how do I play Viego? Well, not very well. For early game, you really want to do your best to farm up. You have great dueling potential, but your true power comes from your items. Start at the top side of your jungle and do a full clear down. Look to either gank mid/bot after you clear, or grab Scuttle Crab back and do it all over again. Just be careful. If you possess somebody, you can't jump out of them. You need to wait for the entire duration, or if there's another soul that you can possess before level 6. When ganking, you want to lead with your E so enemies can't see you. From then on, it's mainly your choice. Lead with the Q if the enemy is extremely caught out, or E if you need to CC them. If you aren't near a wall, you can always dump your E, but the range just won't be as large. In teamfights, you want to stand off to the side. You do not want to engage first unless it's a pick. Viego is extremely squishy, so you really only want to jump into teamfights to secure possessions. The great thing about possessing somebody is that you are untargetable while you're doing it. So if you jump into a group of enemies, assassinate somebody, then you can kind of just sit there for a second while your teammates follow up. Your main goal is to grab the squishies in fights, or at least mark them, so when your teammates kill them, it's a free possession. You are kind of prodding in and out of fights, or using your E to hide and zone the enemy team. For combos, Viego is pretty straightforward. You want to try to lead any engagement with your W for the attack and movement speed, and you can mix your E or Q depending on the situation. You can hit the enemies extremely quickly with those 4 attacks and they can't really react. Use your R to execute because you deal more damage the lower HP the enemy target is. For building Viego, you have 2 popular builds. His main build uses Triforce, or if you want more burst potential, you can build Kraken Slayer. It's a bit strange that Bork isn't really a great item for him, but Bork currently is a bad item in the game in general, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Masteries are pretty straightforward. You could go with Hail of Blades over Conqueror, but I'd only really suggest that if the entire enemy team is squishy. Technically speaking, there are no true Viego one tricks because the champion itself forces you to learn how to play every champion in the game. Viego himself doesn't have impressive stats, but the fact that he can become basically any enemy champion makes him formidable. He's an extremely fun champion to learn, and I've recently been practicing with him. He also counters Warwick pretty hard, so it's a weird love-hate relationship I have with him. Before I head off, here are some fun Viego clips.
Works.
I stole one.
Wow. Stuff on me, like, amazing.
Alrighty, thank you so much for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any champion suggestions that you want to see in the next video, drop them down in the comments.